we've internalized a belief system in childhood, usually due to uncomfortable or painful experiences, that we internalize an emotional belief there must be something wrong with me that causes these uncomfortable things. I got to try to be good, and I got to try to not be bad, right? And then so we then try to live our life doing that. But unfortunately, trying to get everybody else's approval or validation means we're never ourselves. We're not honest with ourselves. We're not authentic, and trying to hide anything. And the things that nice guys tend to hide the most are their needs and wants and their sexuality. And so hiding those things from the people around us means that most of those things go underground, like I said, and it prevents us from getting our needs and wants met. I mean, if you're hiding them, how do people even know what you need or want? If you're hiding your sexuality, how are you going to actually invite healthy sexual situations and partners into your life if it's all hidden away? So it's that hiding thing that really bites us on the ass in so many different ways.
Yeah, it's like the nice guys are thinking that everybody knows what they're thinking. So I don't need to say this because you already know kind of this is how I'm already thinking. And that's not the case. Like we know, no, my thoughts are my thoughts. Robert's thoughts are Robert's thoughts. And what allows us to communicate back and forth. You can't read
people's minds? I thought everybody could read minds. So yeah, and that's where something I talk about in the book called covert contracts comes in. And this is so core. In fact, a lot of people have told me that's the number one thing they take away from the book is the covert contracts. And nice guys basically work on 3 covert contracts to do those 2 things we just talked about, of trying to get approval, get our needs met, and hide things about ourselves. So covert contract number 1 is if I'm a good guy, I'll be liked and loved. And the women I want to have sex with will want to have sex with me because I'm a good guy. And women say they want a good guy. So this is part 1 of our covert contract. I'm a good guy, therefore you should like me. But not everybody's going to like us. Not everybody's going to connect with us. And just being good doesn't really turn anybody on anyway. So that's covert contract number 1. Covert contract number 2 is if I meet your needs without you having to ask, then you will meet my needs without me having to ask. That's that mind reading thing. I read your mind and do nice things for you. Why don't you read my mind and do nice things for me? Now, of course, people can't read minds, and they don't even know that's the contract we have, that I'm being nice to them because I want them to appreciate me or be nice back. But another core problem with this for nice guys is we tend to be terrible receivers. Not only do we not surround ourselves with people who want to give to us, we don't let them know what we want. And if they do try to give to us, we don't let them because it makes us too uncomfortable. No, I don't need anything. Oh, no, I don't need any help. Oh, no, I can do it myself.
Is that a fear of like being indebted to somebody? Like if I accept this from you, then I'm going to have to go outside of what I feel comfortable because you're going to ask me for this like later on down the road.
That's one. I think there might be 2 or 3 reasons why. Because when I work with nice guys about making their needs the priority, I mean, they can get a deer in the headlight look like that makes me a bad man. So there's a fear that I'll be selfish. People will think, it's only about me. So that I don't want to be that man. Part of it is, I'll be emotionally indebted to you. But the funny thing is we're emotionally indebting everybody else to us by giving all the time. I think there's just this piece that if I let you give to me, I'm going to feel vulnerable. I'm going to feel out of control. And so there's a lot of pieces that get woven into that for the nice guy. But we're not very good receivers. And I've had plenty of people tell me that, Robert, you're hard to give to. And I've had to work on that, really, of letting people give to me and do things for me.
Is that control piece? Is that a symptom of nice guy syndrome too? Like feeling like I need to have control of every area of my life?
Yeah, and I personally don't like to think of myself as a controlling person, but pretty much everybody who knows me well regularly makes jokes about me being controlling. So, I mean, it's always a joke, so it can't be true. The third covert contract is that if I do everything right, I'll have a smooth, problem-free life. Mm-hmm. It's a very, Peter Pan-ish, childlike, life can be perfect and good. I just have to do everything right. That's control, right? If I do everything right, then everything will go right. That's control. Yeah. But there is no control. We live in a chaotic world. So because these covert contracts don't work, none of those 3 of them work, the nice guy doesn't know anything. That's the only roadmap he has. So he just doubles down on that, tries harder to be good and hide the things about him that people might think are not good.
Mm.
Doubles down on, I'll do more nice things for you. I'll say yes to more things. Doubles down on, I'll just try to do everything right. You know, I'll whatever that might be. You know, I'll make enough money, or I'll be in good enough shape, or I'll you know, whatever. You know, I'll be good at my religion. You know, I'll be a good dad. I'll do everything right. Then I'll have this smooth, problem-free world. None of them work. And because then when we just try harder, most nice guys end up feeling pretty resentful, often at times get somewhat rageful. We can be pretty passive aggressive. We can be pretty hurtful, because what we're doing to try to get our basic human needs met of love and connection and approval and sex and happiness, those are just basic. The roadmap we're doing to try to get that doesn't work, but we think it should. And when it doesn't, we often turn not so nice.